On to file item number 209, AB 982 by Assemblymember Carrillo. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 982 by Assemblymember Carrillo, enacting the surface mining.
Assemblymember Carrillo, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to present AB 982, which aims to conserve valuable construction resources for future projects by establishing a new reserve category for idle mines, reducing unnecessary resource depletion and minimizing costs associated with resource transfer and waste. In rural districts like mine, where mines are spread far apart, the closure of any mines forces longer travel for resources, which increases emissions and makes it harder to attract investment in local construction projects. This bill will help keep construction materials local, reducing fuel consumption, CO2 emissions, and traffic congestions. I respectfully urge your aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblymember Carrillo. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 69, noes 1. The measure passes. We're going to pass pass temporarily on file item 210. We're going to pass on file item 211. We're going to pass and retain on file items 212 and 213. That brings us to file item 214, AB 1027 by Assemblymember Sharp Collins. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1027 by Assemblymember Sharp Collins and others, enacted relating to cannabis.
Assemblymember Sharp Collins, you are recognized.
Thank you. Assembly Bill 1027 is a bill that would increase oversight authority from the DCC to ensure that legal cannabis products are safe and properly regulated. This is a support bill, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Sharp Collins. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All those vote who desire to vote. All those vote who desire to vote. All those vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 67, noes 0. The measure passes. Madam Majority Leader, you are recognized. Members, pursuant to Assembly Rules 77.2, I am re-referring file item 323, AB 247 by Assemblymember Bryan to the Appropriations Committee. Madam Majority Leader, you are recognized for your motion.
I request unanimous consent to suspend Joint Rule 62A, the file notice requirement to allow the Appropriations Committee to hear AB 247 Bryan at their hearing tomorrow, Tuesday, June 3rd at 9:30 a.m. in Capitol Room 444.
Okay, that is seconded by Assemblymember Gibson. This motion is not debatable. It takes 40 votes. The clerk will open the roll. All those vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All those vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 45, noes 6. The rules are suspended. We're on to file item 215, AB 1032 by Assemblymember Harbidian. The clerk will read. File item 215, AB 1032.
Assembly Bill 1032 by Assemblymember Harbidian and others, enacting the healthcare coverage, declaring the urgency thereof to take effect immediately.
Assemblymember Harbidian, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Wildfires leave more than physical destruction. They cause lasting emotional and psychological harm. AB 1032 ensures timely access to care for those recovering from wildfire trauma by removing barriers and allowing 12 additional visits with any licensed behavioral health provider, not just those in network. I'd like to thank the Speaker and his staff for their partnership on this bill. AB 1032 provides a vital lifeline, has received bipartisan support, and helps ensure survivors can get the care needed to recuperate, rebuild, and reclaim their lives. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Harbidian. Members, there's an urgency clause on this bill. It requires 54 votes. Clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 60, noes 1 on the urgency. Ayes 60, noes 1 on the measure. The measure passes. Pass and retain on file item 216 brings us to file item 217, AB 1039 by Assemblymember Hart. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1039 by Assemblymember Hart and others, enacted by the state government.
Assemblymember Hart, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. AB 1039 will require state agencies to provide nonprofit organizations up to 25% of funds in advance for all new contracts and grants. The bill is a support, and there's no opposition. I respectfully request an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Hart. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 68, noes 0. The measure passes. Brings us to file item 218, AB 1046 by Dr. Baines. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1046 by Assemblymember Baines, enacted by organic waste.
Dr. Baines, you are recognized.
Thank you, Speaker and members. AB 1046 provides a narrow exemption from the state's short-lived climate pollutant reduction program for crop preparers that do not send organic waste to landfills. Many crop preparers were well ahead of the state in their stewardship, implementing environmentally responsible organic byproduct handling processes decades ago. Despite these sustainable practices, some crop preparers are being incorrectly classified as contributors to landfill waste, leading to unnecessary administrative burdens and misallocation of resources. AB 1046 ensures that good actors who have utilized this environment responsible practices for decades can continue to do so. Thank you, and respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Dr. Baines. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 64, noes 0. The measure passes. Pass and retain on file item 219 brings us file item 220, AB 1050 by Assemblymember Schultz. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1050 by Assemblymember Schultz, enacted into real property.
Assemblymember Schultz, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. I rise to present AB 1050, which is part of the Fast Track Housing legislative package and would advance smart reforms to streamline housing approvals and address California's ongoing housing crisis. The COVID-19 pandemic and inflation have accelerated shift in both the economy and consumer trends, leading to the closure of many of our commercial spaces in our communities, while the need for housing across the state continues to grow. AB 1050 supports the redevelopment of vacant commercial centers by allowing property owners to request modifications to old and burdensome restrictive covenants that currently prohibit residential development. The bill responds to an urgent need for more housing in California and delivers a clear, targeted solution. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Schultz. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 50, noes 12. The measure passes. We're going to pass on file item 221. Brings us file item 222, AB 1068 by Assemblymember Baines. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1068 by Assemblymember Baines and others, enacted relating to older adults.
Assemblymember Baines, you are recognized.
Thank you, Speaker and members. AB 1068 creates working group to develop recommendations for evacuation and sheltering needs of older adults and people with disabilities during natural or man-made disasters and emergencies, and respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Baines. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 69, noes 0. The measure passes. File item 223, AB 1078 by Assemblymember Berman. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1078 by Assemblymember Berman, enacted relating to firearms.
Assemblymember Berman, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. AB 1078 provides critical updates to California's strong firearm laws by providing needed revisions that better align with recent Supreme Court and lower court decisions. AB 1078 will ensure that California's laws remain effective, legally defensible, and protective of public safety. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Berman. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 48, noes 19. The measure passes. I'm going to pass on file item 224. Brings us to file item 225, AB 1088 by Assemblymember Baines. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1088 by Assemblymember Baines, enact related to public health.
Assemblymember Baines, you are recognized.
Thank you, Speaker and members. AB 1088 represents a measured first step towards the responsible regulation of kratom. The bill prohibits sales to children, requires child-resistant packaging, bans advertising that targets kids, and limits how potent these products can be. I respectfully ask for aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Baines. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 66, noes 0. The measure passes. On to file item 226, AB 1093 by Assemblymember Solace. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1093 by Assemblymember Solace, enact related to public post-secondary education.
Assemblymember Solace, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am proud to present AB 1093, which will establish a California-Mexico higher education academic exchange program for UC, CSU, and community college students. This bill was inspired by the Assembly Select Committee on California-Mexico Binational Affairs, and I commend my colleague from San Diego for his leadership. California is now the fourth largest economy in the world, and Mexico is our top trade partner, and these higher education partnerships align with California's overall economic and workforce objectives. Thank you, and I respectfully ask for an aye vote on AB 1093.
Thank you, Assemblymember Solace. Assemblymember Alvarez, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise in support of Assembly Bill 1093. As mentioned by our colleague, the author of this bill, the integration of our economies, California and Mexico, is critically important for the success of our nation, certainly, but also of our state. We are the fourth largest economy in the world because of that integration, the work that we do together, and programs like the one described in this legislation will ensure that that strength continues and grows over time. For that reason, I ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblymember Alvarez. Seeing and hearing no further debate, Assemblymember Solace, do you wish to close?
Respectfully ask for an aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblymember Solace. Clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 53, noes 8. The measure passes. Get to file item 227, AB 1096 by Assemblymember Connolly. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1096 by Assemblymember Connolly, enact relating to water.
Assemblymember Connolly, you are recognized.
Thank you, Speaker and members. AB 1096 ensures that the public has access to information about lead levels in drinking water in California schools and child care facilities. This is a common sense public transparency bill with no opposition. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Connolly. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 68, noes 0. The measure passes. File item 228, AB 1098 by Assemblymember Fong. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1098 by Assemblymember Fong, enact related to post-secondary education.
Assemblymember Fong, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, 1 in 8 undergraduates in California are student parents, and roughly 100,000 California undergraduates are raising a child aged 3 or younger. In 2014, the legislature provided protections for graduate students by providing a leave of absence for them should they become pregnant. AB 1098 provides parity to undergraduate students including rights to pregnancy-related accommodations and parental leave. This bill has no votes, and I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Fong. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes, ayes 70, no 0. The measure passes. Pass and retain on 229 and 230. Pass temporarily on 231. Which brings us to file item 232, AB 1117 by Assemblymember Schultz. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1117 by Assemblymember Schultz and others, an act relating to electricity.
Assemblymember Schultz, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker and colleagues, AB 1117 is all about consumer choice and affordability. It would reward customers who can be flexible with their electricity usage to reduce consumption during times of peak demand by shifting usage to times when renewable and low-carbon resources are at lower cost and abundant in supply. By making these adjustments, customers on dynamic rates can reduce their own electricity bills and help all customers save money collectively by avoiding the high cost associated with meeting peak energy demand and help avert grid reliability events. Dynamic pricing, I will note, is not a new concept. It has been tried and tested and successful in jurisdictions ranging from the states of Illinois, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Alabama, and the European Union. Under AB 1117, no one would be forced to be put on a dynamic rate. However, it would be an option that every customer, both residential or commercial, could elect to employ. AB 1117 is supported by the California Large Energy Consumers Association, the Alliance for Retail Energy Markets, and the Sierra Club of California. To date, it has enjoyed bipartisan support, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Schultz. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the vote. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes, ayes 46, noes 3. The measure passes. We're going to pass and retain on file items 233, 34, 35. That brings us to file item 236, AB 1128 by Assemblymember Maritsuchi. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1128 by Assemblymember Maritsuchi, an act relating to teachers.
Assemblymember Maritsuchi, you are recognized.
Thank you very much. I rise to present AB 1128, an education bill that will help address California's teacher shortage by paying our student teachers during their required clinical practice. This bill will establish the California Student Teacher Grant Program. Support. Respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you. Assemblymember Muratsuchi. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 65, no 0. The measure passes. Members, we have just dispensed with our 118th item of the day. You're doing great. Continue up the good work. We're going to pass on file item 237. Brings us to file item 238, AB 1134 by Assemblymember Baines. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1134 by Assemblymember Baines and others, an act relating to marriage.
Assemblymember Baines, you are recognized.
Thank you, Speaker and members. AB 1134 updates antiquated language to ensure that forced marriage is illegal in all cases and permits judges to consider annulments after the typical 4-year statute of limitations has expired in cases where good cause has been demonstrated. I respectfully request an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Baines. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 65, no 0. Measure passes. Pass and retain on file item 239. Brings us file item 240, AB 1140 by Assemblymember Connolly. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1140 by Assemblymember Connolly, an act relating to prisons.
Assemblymember Connolly, you are recognized.
Thank you, Speaker and members. Proud to present AB 1140, which will create a single occupancy cell pilot program at 4 correctional facilities in California. Single occupancy cells are safer for inmates and correctional officers and can boost participation in rehabilitation programs. The bill has bipartisan support and respectfully asks for an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Connolly. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 62, noes 2. The measure passes. Mr. Bennett. That brings us to file item 241, AB 1143 by Assemblymember Bennett. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1143 by Assemblymember Bennett, an act relating to fire safety.
Assemblymember Bennett, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, members. California's wildfire destruction has reached a tipping point. Wildfires are now sweeping into urban areas in new, more intense and uncontrollable ways. Since 2018, California has lost 3 whole communities, Paradise, Palisades, and Altadena. We're facing an existential crisis. The science is clear, home hardening works, but it needs to be holistic and comprehensive measures and defensible spaces. AB 1143 would direct the Wildfire Mitigation Advisory Committee to establish a voluntary home hardening certification program that creates a pathway to certify your home as fire home hardened. This bill has no formal opposition and received unanimous support in the Assembly Emergency Management and the Assembly Natural Resources Committee. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Bennett. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 69, no 0. The measure passes. I'm going to pass and retain on file item 242. Brings us to file item 243, AB 1148 by Assemblymember Sharp Collins. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1148 by Assemblymember Sharp Collins, an act relating to product safety.
Assemblymember Sharp Collins, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Every day we are exposed to multiple layers of different toxins and also pollutants that contribute to cancer risk. And when you or someone that you truly care about has cancer, you become very aware of how those layers of risk truly adds up. This is why I'm championing Assembly Bill 1148, the Safer Food Packaging Act, which bans 2 chemicals that are commonly found in food packaging. so phthalates and bisphenol. While these chemicals are banned at the federal level from being used in food, they are still permitted in the materials or in the materials that our food comes in to actual contact with. These chemicals have already been banned in other products here in the state of California, and this legislation is a conversation about outcomes, specifically on how we can decrease cancer risk with these everyday items. The chemical that we are talking about, they are 100% hazardous, and we know that they get into our bodies when we eat that food that has been in contact with that hazardous packaging. So this bill strikes a balance between consumers' affordability and access, as well as public health and food safety. So I do remain committed to working with the industry through this process to develop timelines that aid in the implementation, but together we can create a safer, healthier California where the food we eat supports our well-being and doesn't really compromise that. So I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you. Assemblymember Sharp Collins. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 43, noes 11. The measure passes. Brings us to file item 244, AB 1164 by Assemblymember Ransom. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1164 by Assemblymember Ransom, an act relating to elections.
Assemblymember Ransom, you are recognized.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Speaker and members. I rise to present Assembly Bill 1164, which would update California's Voter Bill of Rights to ensure that all voters know when they have a right to replace a ballot. This bill will strengthen voter confidence, create consistency and clarity for a more transparent electoral process, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblymember Ransom. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 66, no 0. The measure passes. Passed and retained on file item 245. Brings us to file item 246, AB 1180 by Assemblymember Valencia. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1180 by Assemblymember Valencia, an act relating to digital financial assets.
Assemblymember Valencia, you are recognized.
Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker and members. I proudly rise to present AB 1180 that would establish a pilot program authorizing the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation to allow for the payment of fees using digital financial assets. This would be a first of its kind. Very excited about this. Having gone to school at San Jose State during the time that this technology was being created, I firmly believe this will be fully integrated into our society in the near future. Respectfully ask for a yes vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Valencia. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 68, no 0. Measure passes. File item 247, AB 1195 by Assemblymember Quirk Silva. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1195 by Assemblymember Quirk Silva, an act relating to juveniles.
Assemblymember Quirk Silva, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to present AB 1195. This bill strengthens visitation rights in existing law by requiring county jails and child welfare agencies to facilitate regular in-person or telephone visitation between incarcerated parents and their children unless there are safety concerns for the child. Maintaining parent-child bond during incarceration benefits both child and parent. AB 1195 has no opposition and is a family-first, equity-focused solution which recognizes the realities of family unity and incarceration without compromising child safety. This bill enjoys bipartisan support, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Quirk Silva. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 69, no 0. The measure passes. Passed and retained on file item 248. Brings us to file item 249, AB 1208 by Assemblymember Addis. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1208 by Assemblymember Addis, an act relating to developmental services.
Assemblymember Addis, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to present AB 1208 that has no registered opposition, has received unanimous bipartisan support, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Addis. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 67, no 0. The measure passes. We're going to pass on file item 250, file item 251, AB 1225 by Assemblymember Bennett. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1225 by Assemblymember Bennett and others, enact relating to state parks.
Assemblymember Bennett, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, AB 1225 establishes an accessibility advisory committee within the Department of Parks and Recreation to assess current challenges and recommend improvements, ensuring our public lands meet the needs of all visitors. This bill has no formal opposition and received unanimous support in Assembly Water, Parks, and Wildlife. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Bennett. Assemblymember Jeff Gonzalez, you are recognized.
I rise in support of this bill, and I thank the co-author for his leadership. For his leadership, this is absolutely an issue with my family and many other families throughout California. Thank you. I rise in proud support.
Thank you, Assemblymember Jeff Gonzalez. Assemblymember Pappen, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I too rise in support of this bill. To include those that may be physically disabled in our state parks, nothing could be finer. So I thank the author for his leadership in this area.
Thank you, Assemblymember Pappen. Seeing and hearing no further debate, Assemblymember Bennett, do you wish to close?
I appreciate the comments of my colleagues. Respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Bennett. Clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 68, no 0. The measure passes. Pass and retain on file item 252. Brings us to file item 253, AB 1229 by Assemblymember Schultz. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1229 by Assemblymember Schultz and others, enact relating to housing.
Assemblymember Schultz, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and colleagues. I rise to present AB 1229, which aims to deliver safer communities by restructuring and strengthening the existing adult reentry grant program to ensure that participants maintain permanent housing and are connected to other essential social services. We all know that formerly incarcerated individuals face significant barriers to obtaining housing, such as the stigma of incarceration and restrictive criminal record screening processes. And the data speaks for itself. Those who are exiting our prison system who are not connected to permanent housing are at higher risk of falling into homelessness and reoffending in our communities. This is an answer for that. The bill will make the reentry grant program more effective in serving those who are most vulnerable, and by ensuring stable housing and support, we can transform lives, reduce homelessness, and create a safer, more compassionate California. Humbly ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Schultz. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 53, noes 9. The measure passes. Now on file item 254, AB 1230 by Assemblymember Bonta. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1230 by Assemblymember Bonta and others, enact relating to pupil discipline.
Assemblymember Bonta, you are recognized.
Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker and members. AB 1230 makes much-needed changes to student expulsion rehabilitation plans. The bill ensures that rehabilitation plans are personalized and tailored to the behavior that led to expulsion. The services and requirements are accessible and available at no cost to families. The readmission process is clear, and that students receive transitional supports, and that schools use their data to improve programs for these students. Rehabilitation plans should be more than a formality. They should be a real opportunity for students to grow, repair harm, and return to their home schools stronger. AB 1230 is a support bill with no opposition. I respectfully request an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Bonta. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 66, noes 0. The measure passes. We're going to pass on file item 255. Pass and retain on file item 256. Brings us to file item 257, AB 1244 by Assemblymember Wicks. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1244 by Assemblymember Wicks and others, an accolade to environmental quality.
Assemblymember Wicks, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. I rise to present AB 1244, which would create a new mitigation option for sponsors of transportation or land use projects that increase vehicle miles traveled, otherwise known as VMT, by allowing them to pay into a statewide fund that would be used to facilitate the creation of affordable housing near transit. This bill has bipartisan support and no opposition. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Wicks. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 63, no 0. The measure passes. I can't recall if I said this. Pass and retain on file item 256 just before. We're going to pass and retain on file items 258 through 262. Brings us to file item 263, AB 1267. Assemblymember Pellerin, the clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1267 by Assemblymember Pellerin, an accolade in substance use disorder.
Assemblymember Pellerin, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. AB 1267 creates a consolidated license and certification for substance use disorder providers who operate multiple programs within close proximity to each other. The regulatory standards, licensing, and certification fees would not change, but overlapping paperwork and duplicative site visits would be eliminated. Bill has no opposition, received bipartisan support, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Pellerin. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 54, noes 8. The measure passes. Pass and retain on file items 264 through 267. Pass on file item 268. File item 269, AB 1294 by Assemblymember Haney. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1294 by Assemblymember Haney and others, an accolade in housing.
Assemblymember Haney, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to present AB 1294, which will create a universal application for home building. This is part of the fast track housing package and has been identified by the Speaker as a key measure to promote housing affordability. It will tackle one of the first roadblocks to building homes, the application process, by setting a clear, consistent set of statewide rules for what developers must submit when to build housing. This will allow a lot of the challenges up front and speed up approvals and reduce costs. We're going to continue to work with stakeholders to make sure it works for both developers and local governments. It's passed committee with bipartisan support and no votes. Respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Haney. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 64, no 0. The measure passes. File item 270, AB 1307 by Assemblymember Avila Farias. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1307 by Assemblymember Avila Farias and others, an accolade in the healing arts.
Assemblymember Avila Farias, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and colleagues. AB 1307 establishes a pilot program allowing 30 qualified dentists from Mexico to practice in areas with critical shortage of dentists. AB 1307 is a cost-neutral, equity-driven solution that works closely with California Dental Board to ensure that quality care is accessible to Californians everywhere. I respectfully ask for an aye vote to help close the dental care gap in our most vulnerable communities.
Thank you, Assemblymember Avila Farias. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 57, noes 3. The measure passes. I'm going to pass on file item 271. Pass and retain on file items 272, 73. Brings us to file item 274, AB 1314 by Assemblymember Ahrens. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1314 by Assemblymember Ahrens, an accolade in the foster care.
Assemblymember Ahrens, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to present AB 1314, which ensures that all foster youth eligible for transitional housing have the best chance of placement by requiring counties to align their contract language with existing state licensing requirements. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Ahrens. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 62, no 0. The measure passes. Pass and retained on file items 275 through 278 brings us to file item 279, AB 1348 by Dr. Baines. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1348 by Assemblymember Baines, enacted in school finance.
Assemblymember Baines, you are recognized.
Thank you, Speaker and members. AB 1348. Well, on his first day in office, the president deliberately dismantled long-standing protections that kept immigration officials away from sensitive locations. For decades, Republicans and Democrats all agreed that certain places were off limits: schools, churches, and hospitals, places where human decency demands no person should live in fear. Not only has the president eliminated those protections, he has instructed immigration agents to go out of their way to target these places. Let's be honest about what's happening here. The administration isn't just enforcing immigration law. It's waging psychological warfare against all immigrants in the United States. People the president has claimed, quote, poisoned the blood of our country. This administration is trying to erase immigrants from public spaces that they are intent on using children to do it. The man who brought us images of kids in cages is ripping families apart and deporting children. Just this week, the LA Times reported on a child in Bakersfield that is so medically fragile that a deportation order is basically a death sentence within days. Her family came here legally. They have followed all of the rules, and yet they are still being targeted for deportation. The only purpose of allowing ICE to operate around schools is to instill fear and send a message that nowhere is safe. When parents worry about dropping their kids off at school might result in a deportation, they don't go. When attendance drops, funding disappears, and when funding disappears, all students suffer. Regardless of their immigration status, this impacts everybody. Voting no on this bill means you believe our schools should lose funding because our representatives in Washington, D.C. have failed to secure the border and fix the broken immigration system. I'm asking for your support on AB 1348, not because it solves every problem, but because our schools should not be casualties in a political war they did not start and cannot end.
Thank you, Assemblymember Baines. Assemblymember DeMaio, you are recognized.
I rise in opposition to AB 1348, and the rhetoric that I just heard gives me even more concern about the contents of this bill. I think this bill is dangerous. I think the rhetoric surrounding this bill also is dangerous. This weekend, a San Diego City Council member posted a picture of federal law enforcement agents and called them terrorists. And then, less than 18 hours later, after this post, a real terrorist attacked the Jewish community here in this country in Colorado. Words have absolute impacts. And when a member who's elected stands in support of a bill and says that nowhere is safe because of these agents, that the agents are engaging in, quote, psychological warfare against immigrants, it is outrageous. and it undermines any sort of credibility that you would have on this bill. I am now very concerned about the contents of this bill, given the explosive, inciting rhetoric used by its author. I urge all of my colleagues to take note, to disavow the rhetoric, to stand in support of federal law enforcement, and to vote down AB 1348. And shame on anyone who claims that federal law enforcement in any way is engaged in warfare against members in our country, or if they are terrorists in any way. This is outrageous. This sort of rhetoric needs to be condemned, and it does not deserve a yes vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember DeMaio. Seeing and hearing no further debate, Assemblymember Baines, do you wish to close?
You know what's outrageous? It's trying to deport a 4-year-old child that came here legally and could die within days. Do you know what's outrageous? Is the rhetoric that's being said about immigrants being poison in our country. Do you know what's outrageous? I could keep going. So instead of putting words and adding more rhetoric, please do the right thing and vote yes to protect our children's and protect funding for our schools.
Thank you, Dr. Baines. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes, ayes 48, noes 12. The measure passes. File item number 280, AB 1357 by Assemblymember Celeste Rodriguez. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1357 by Assemblymember Celeste Rodriguez and others, enacting the Public Social Services.
Madam Assistant Speaker Pro Tem, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. AB 1357 is a straightforward bill that ensures that guaranteed income payments do not count against eligibility requirements for public assistance programs. Guaranteed income pilots in our state help participants become more financially stable, improve their mental health, and create full-time employment opportunities. Currently, some Californians have to make the difficult choice between joining these temporary programs that can lift them out of poverty or keeping essential benefits like Medi-Cal or food assistance. That is not a choice anyone should ever have to make. AB 1357 fixes this issue by explicitly stating that guaranteed income payments will not be counted as income or resources for any state assistance programs. This bill can bring us closer to ensuring that Californians participating in guaranteed income programs are not punished for trying to meet their basic needs and creates a better future for them and their families. I respectfully urge your aye vote on AB 1357. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblymember Celeste Rodriguez. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes, ayes 52, noes 12. The measure passes. On to file item 281, AB 1362 by Assemblymember Kalra. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1362 by Assemblymember Kalra and others, enacting to foreign labor contractors.
Assemblymember Kalra, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. AB 1362 will require all foreign labor recruiters to register with the Labor Commissioner, not just those who recruit workers through the H-2B visa category. In 2014, California passed SB 477 by Senator Steinberg to address the lack of regulation of FLRs by requiring them to register with the Labor Commissioner, requiring employers to hire registered foreign labor recruiters, and most importantly, providing protections and remedies for the foreign workers solicited and recruited to work temporarily in California. However, while the author has stated, while the original author has on many occasions stated his intent that the bill cover foreign labor recruiters recruiting workers under all visa categories except for J-1 and talent agencies, SB 477 was interpreted as only applying to H-2B workers. Human traffickers have exploited this loophole, leaving around 345,000 temporary foreign workers coming to California annually without essential labor protections. These workers include H-2A visa holders who make up the temporary visa category with the most documented instances of human trafficking. AB 1362 rightfully corrects this lapse by making it clear all foreign labor recruiters are required to comply with the provisions of SB 477, thereby extending protections to workers at a critical point of recruitment where they face the highest risk of exploitation. Amidst rollbacks of worker protections at the federal level and changing border policies, it is urgent that California ensure all temporary immigrant workers, from domestic workers to farm workers to nurses, are protected against wage theft, human trafficking, and other labor violations. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Kalra. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 42, noes 10. Measure passes. Going on to file item 282, AB 1377 by Assemblymember McKinnon. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1377 by Assemblymember McKinnon and others, enact relating to taxation to take effect immediately. Tax levy.
Assemblymember McKinnon, you are recognized.
Mr. Speaker and members, AB 1377 builds on the important work of expanding the state's film and television tax credit program by requiring studios who opt in to participate in optional diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility tax credit to actually complete the plans that the studios themselves develop and submit to the California Film Commission. It's simple math, my friends. If a studio chooses to apply for additional DEI tax credits, they actually need to do the work they are committed to do. Currently, studios only have to demonstrate a good faith effort to accomplish diversity goals in order to receive these additional credits. And frankly, a good faith effort is not good enough. It is a false choice for anyone to say that California has to choose between retaining and growing jobs in the film and television industry and increasing the diversity of its workforce. The film industry can and must do better. It's time to declare lights, camera, action for everyone that wants to become part of the California film and television industry. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember McKinnon. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 56, noes 4. The measure passes. On to file item 283, AB 1378 by Assemblymember Rogers. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1378 by Assemblymember Rogers and others, enact relating to child welfare.
Assemblymember Rogers, you are recognized.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. AB 1378 will allow the Department of Social Services to enter into contracts with tribal governments for the purposes of delivering services aimed at keeping our youth out of the foster care system. We currently still see a disproportionate amount of tribal youth entering the system at a rate of 2.5 times that of their white counterparts. In Humboldt County, which I represent, 40% of all foster youth come from our tribes. This is an important bill, and I urge an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Rogers. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 72, no 0. Measure passes. File item 284, AB 1381 by Assemblymember Muratsuchi. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1381 by Assemblymember Muratsuchi, enact relating to housing.
Assemblymember Muratsuchi, you are recognized.
Thank you very much. I rise to present AB 1381, an education workforce housing bill that will establish a zero-interest revolving loan fund to support school districts that want to build education workforce housing. Teachers cannot afford to live in the communities that they serve in too many of our California communities. We need to support our teachers, our classified workers with this important measure to provide affordable housing for our education workforce. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Muratsuchi. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 66, no 0. Measure passes. Brings us to file item number 285, AB 1385 by Assemblymember Petrie Norris. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1385 by Assemblymember Petrie Norris, to act relating to real property.
Assemblymember Petrie Norris, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. AB 1385 authorizes properties in areas impacted by the January 2025 Los Angeles County wildfires to utilize the existing process in California law to remove restrictive covenants that block affordable housing development. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Petrie Norris. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 53, noes 8. The measure passes. We're going to pass and retain on file items 286, 287. Brings us to file item 288, AB 1405 by Assemblymember Bauer Kahan. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1405 by Assemblymember Bauer Kahan and others, and act relating to artificial intelligence.
Assemblymember Bauer Kahan, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. AB 1405 puts basic transparency and guardrails around AI auditors. It has no opposition. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Bauer Kahan. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 53, noes 4. The measure passes. Brings us to file item 289, AB 1408 by Assemblymember Irwin. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1408 by Assemblymember Irwin, act relating to electricity.
Assemblymember Irwin, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. AB 1408 incorporates surplus interconnection service into long-term planning and requires this practice for excess grid capacity, bringing clean, affordable energy onto the grid and avoiding years-long delays is key to keeping costs down for our constituents. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Irwin. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 68, no 0. The measure passes. Pass and retain on file item 294. Brings us to file item 295, AB 1440 by the Committee on Environmental Safety and Toxic Materials, presented by Assemblymember Connolly. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1440 by the Committee on Environmental Safety and Toxic Materials, and act relating to health.
Assemblymember Connolly, you are recognized.
Thank you, Speaker and members. AB 1440 simply extends the sunset for 2 years on the reporting and registration requirements of the California Medical Supervision Program. This protects agricultural workers from overexposure to some of the most toxic pesticides in use. This bill enjoyed bipartisan support in both the Environmental Safety and Appropriations Committee and has no opposition. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Connolly. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 67, no 0. Measure passes. Pass and retain on file items 296 through 299. Pass on file items 300 and 301. Pass and retain on file items 302 and 303. File item 304, AB 1501 by Assemblymember Berman. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1501 by Assemblymember Berman, and act relating to healing arts.
Assemblymember Berman, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. AB 1501 is the sunset extension bill for the Podiatric Medical Board and the Physician Assistant Board. This is the first of 3 sunset bills I'll be taking up right now. As a reminder for colleagues, if we don't pass these sunset bills, these boards disappear, and that's bad. So encourage everyone to vote. In addition to extending the sunset date for these boards, this bill contains provisions stemming from the joint sunset review process. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Berman. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes, ayes 63, noes 1. The measure passes.